Hello and welcome to another one of our Bible stories. Last week we heard about a bad brother. Do you remember his name? Yes, it was Jacob. Do you know, even though Jacob had cheated his brother, God still had plans for him. Jacob ran away from his family, but he couldn't run away from God. In our story today, Jacob learned just what it felt like to be cheated too. Let's open the book to the Bible story called The Runaway. Jacob ran. Jacob ran and ran. Jacob had cheated his brother Esau, and now his brother wanted to kill him. So Jacob ran. God watched. God watched and watched. God watched Jacob run, and when Jacob was tired and could run no further, when Jacob fell exhausted on the desert floor with only a stone for a pillow, when Jacob was finally ready to listen, God spoke. He came to Jacob in a dream. There was a ladder reaching right up to heaven, with angels parading up and down, and at the very top of the ladder stood God himself. "Jacob," he said, "I am the God of your father, Isaac, and your grandfather, Abraham. I am here to make you the same promise I made to them. This land is yours. Your family will be great, and one day, through your family, I will do something wonderful for the whole world. Now go, and don't be afraid, for you can always count on me to protect you." Jacob woke up amazed. He said, "Thank you," to God, and he left a stone to mark that special place. Then Jacob ran. He ran and ran all the way to his uncle Laban's house, where his mother had told him he would be safe, and where God knew he would learn an important lesson. Now Laban had 2 daughters. The older daughter's name was Leah, which means tired. The younger daughter's name was Rachel, which means lamb. Rachel was beautiful, and the moment Jacob set eyes on her, he knew she was the girl for him. "Wonderful," said his uncle Laban. "Work for me for 7 years and she will be your wife." 7 years passed, but Jacob was so in love with Rachel that it seemed no longer than a day. The wedding was well attended, the dress was beautiful, but when Jacob pulled aside the veil that hid the bride's face, he found himself looking into Leah's tired eyes. "Oh, I forgot to mention," grinned Laban. "Leah is my oldest daughter, so she has to marry first. But you can marry Rachel next week if you like, as long as you promise to work for me for another 7 years. Jacob looked at the ground. Now the cheater knew how it felt to be cheated. What else could Jacob do? He waited a week, married Rachel, and worked another 7 years for his uncle Laban. Then he headed home, a very different man from the one who had run away. Jacob walked. Jacob walked and walked, and when his home was no more than a day's walk away, he saw Esau, his brother, walking towards him. Jacob told his family to stay behind and walked ahead to face his brother's anger. He wasn't running now. He believed that God would protect him. And so God did, because Esau was different too. When he saw Jacob, he ran up to him, reached out his hairy arms and hugged him. "I'm sorry," said Jacob. "I forgive you," Esau answered, and the 2 sons of Isaac became brothers at last. Jacob learnt that even though he had done a bad thing, God still loved him and wanted him to change his ways. It took a long time, many years in fact, before Jacob and Esau met again. It was a long time to wait before Jacob said he was sorry, but it didn't matter how long it took. They were friends in the end. Close your eyes, just for a moment, and think about how you feel when you've had an argument. Maybe you had an argument yesterday. Perhaps you've fallen out with a friend today. Is there someone you need to make up with? Now I'm going to say a prayer. If you want to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end after me. Dear God, Thank you that Esau forgave Jacob when he said sorry. Please help us to say sorry and forgive each other when we have arguments and fall out with our friends. Amen. Amen. Thank you for listening. I look forward to bringing you another story again soon. Take care, keep safe, and God bless you all. Bye for now.